Throughout history, women were the ones who were warriors in the Filipino culture, in African American culture, in African culture as well, where we were the ones who stood up to protect our communities. And that's something I want to highlight. The women are real fighters of real problems.
I met Lindsay as an aspiring actress. I gave her suggestions on trying to attack the film role and the acting role from a different perspective. I'm a kind of guy, I'm a visionary. So, I saw that she was going for roles that were kind of similar to the masses. And I said, you know what? Why don't you go left? Why don't you do something different than what everyone else doing? And I said, let's study martial arts. Let's study fighting. Let's do things that other entry-level actresses cannot do to give you a lane. So we started off with the Maharlika Warrior. We did a YouTube segment. It did 70,000 views, and it kind of gave us the wherewithal to go forward and create the presentation that you just witnessed. Lindsay went through 6 months of training, breaking her ankle. She's never done martial arts ever. She's very disciplined. She's very, talented. And because she's Filipino, we said, you know what Filipino warrior actually existed? So we Googled it, and we found out it was the Maharlika warrior that actually existed. And they were female warriors that actually were heads of their family. So we decided to go along with that name. And from a marketing perspective, we said, you know what would keep people coming, to the theaters and kind of, bring the connection with the viewer? And we came up with human trafficking. So it's like, yes, it's a folk tale, and yes, it's fantasy. But like she said, we wanted to tell real stories.
What was the motivation behind this? I know sex trafficking and things like that, but what made you say, I have to tell this story?
Yeah. Oh, that's a really good question. Honestly, I thought about the most difficult times in my life where I did experience bullying or domestic violence, or even witness some of my friends and associates get into situations of sex trafficking and our communities going down. And in those situations, who was there to help? And it was women. It was my friends. It was my family. And I was like, well, why aren't we highlighting these women as our heroes?
A lot of times we talk about representation, and that normally falls under the category of race or ethnicity. But in this case, representation of a strong woman, a warrior woman, that's important. To see a woman take charge of not only her life, but others, and to save them. So is that something you hope that viewers take away when they see this film?
Yeah, absolutely. I want them to take away that if you are searching for the strength, you also have support for someone who will guide you along the way. People who may not even know you and want you to make it. And representation is important. I can't even tell you enough. Like, I think Marvel and DC is doing a nice job. I like their movies too, but I like the grittiness that Maharlika offers, and a lot of representation with African Americans, with people of color, with Filipino culture, so we can finally say, oh, that's me up there. Yeah.
So now, this is going to end up being like a Fast and Furious trilogy. So, we just got distribution. It should be coming out theatrically in a few months. And that's basically it. Yeah.
And like you said, you wanted to reach people, and you wanted a real story as well as something that could be a fable. But again, like you said, was a real warrior. But entwining those things, real issues, with movies, theatrics, entertainment. But why human trafficking and sex trafficking? There are other issues in the world, right? So what made you guys hone in on that?
Yeah, so human trafficking, is really a big issue, especially in the Filipino community. So, we wanted to speak about something that touched home for her viewer, for her viewer. Lindsay is Filipino. Lindsay Loves You is they tell stories from a Blasian perspective. So, that's why we came up with that as as an initiative. Our anti-sex trafficking movement is a 501c3 organization. We also spread the word and the awareness of sex trafficking through our information referral database. Maharlika is the actual extension arm of it. It's the entertainment activism piece of the actual anti-sex trafficking organization. They could follow us on traffickandsex.com. That's TRAFFIK, the letter N, SEX.com. Or follow us at Lindsay Loves You, LINDSAYLUVZU. And follow our series at Maharlika, MAHARLIKA, Warrior Movie.
Lindsay Loves You